Hari Om to all the divine Atma Jyotis. Today, let us contemplate on 16.1 to 16.4. Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Through these shlokas, Sri Krishna gives us the qualities of the divine and the asura. What are these qualities? Where are they? So let us contemplate today. But first, let us begin with chanting. Yes, Sarunaji.
śhrī-bhagavān uvācha व-abhayaṁ sattva-sanśhuddhir jñāna-yoga-vyavasthitiḥ dānaṁ damaśh yajñaśh svādhyāyas tapa ārjavam.
Rupaji.
ahinsā satyam akrodhas tyāgaḥ śhāntir apaiśhunam dayā bhūteṣhv aloluptvaṁ mārdavaṁ hrīr hrīr.
Very nice. Padmaji.
तेजक्षमाधृतिशौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति पदं धैर्यम् अभिजातस्य भारत.
Shilpakalaji.
दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः
Parushyamev cha.
क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ सम्पदमासुरीम्.
Very nice. Yeah, let's understand the meaning.
The Supreme Divine Personality said, O scion of Bharat, these are the saintly virtues of those endowed with a divine nature: fearlessness, purity of mind, steadfastness in spiritual knowledge, charity, control of the senses, performance of sacrifice, study of the sacred books, austerity, and straightforwardness.
Rupaji.
Non-violence, truthfulness, absence of anger, renunciation, peacefulness, restraint from fault-finding, compassion towards all living beings, absence of greed for wealth, gentleness, modesty, and lack of fickleness.
Vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, bearing enmity towards no one, and absence of pride of appearance or possessions.
Excellent. So these are the divinely qualities. Demonic. Shilpakalaji.
O Parth, the qualities of those who possess a demonic nature are hypocrisy, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance.
Very nice. So in a way, Sri Krishna is comparing. So this is the final meaning of those 4 shlokas. So on the left side is the divine nature, and on the right side is the demonic nature. So how do you connect to this? How do you see the application of these 4 shlokas in your own life? Who wants to begin?
Shall I try, Vijayji?
Yes, Rupaji.
Here, all the positive qualities are referred as the divine of divine nature, and all the all the negative qualities which are there in us comes under demonic nature. And whenever we act in a negative way in our lives, we can focus on ourselves and we can categorize them under these two qualities, divine and demonic. This is how I understood.
Okay. So one is, the qualities are there, both are there. But why is Krishna talking about it?
He is focusing on these qualities because all these qualities will be there in most of the individuals. So he's trying to explain Arjuna or us that these are the divine and these are the demonic, and we should rectify our demonic qualities.
So what do you mean by rectifying demonic quality?
We have to overcome those negative feelings and negative qualities in us and try to change it to divine ones.
Okay. So how do you even change? So for example, is it possible to change? Take example, anger. Is it possible to change the quality of the anger?
It will take time, Vijayji. It will not happen all of a sudden, but we can change it.
Okay.
Because these are all because of our past impressions. It will not happen overnight. But through, as said in these shlokas, the study of sacred books and control of the senses, purity of mind, through all this, I think we can change. Because this is what is happening here. I have overcome many of the negative qualities after being into this class. This is my personal experience.
So you're focused from the red side to the yellow side.
Yeah.
And that's what you mean by changing.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
Who wants to go next?
So I feel he's just highlighting all the things that are again in each of us, and I feel they will always be there, like two sides of a coin, right? And it's about what comes out, or when a person is in sattvic state, when living a sattvic life, then the divine qualities radiate from him, while a person who is in the rajasic and tamasic side, maybe the demonic nature will be dominant, right? Which is on the negative side.
When we use this positive or negative, what are we implying?
It's about how that person is influencing the society around him. on one side, it may be like the society is getting a lot of good things, help from this person, or on the other side, the demonic person can create a lot more harm to the society, right? And create leading to destruction.
Is it only to the society?
Society, yeah, and himself. Yeah, he's part of it. It comes out, and all the demonic qualities come out from ignorance, and which will not allow him to move up, and he'll be in the lowest layer, while the one who has realized, who has got this knowledge, that person will slowly move up from these lower qualities towards the higher side, right? Will help himself and the people around.
So according to you, the practical application is?
Yeah, to know the this is basically a we do see day in day out in us and in the society, and this through these shlokas, Krishna is saying, like, is talking about these, that like these are all there, and what are like is clearly classifying as the which are the demonic and the divine qualities, right? And which will be by highlighting this, like one gets conscious of these, and should help should help that person to be on the right side, right? To where like it's the dharma of life, as we say, like we seek all these divine qualities, and we ourselves can radiate those divine qualities, right? So it what we seek is in us as well, and so we can provide the same to others, and also the whole war can also be seen in this way, that it's the fight of between the divine qualities versus the demonic qualities, right? So that basically gives clarity to Arjuna that if he's fighting for the divine qualities, and if he has to kill the demonic qualities, then like there shouldn't be any confusion, right? It can be seen that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Padmaji, Ashaji, Shilpakalaji, who wants to go next? Are you there? Padmaji, Shilpakalaji, Ashaji?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think I had a question more than what I wanted to explain in this shloka, because the sentences are very clear. Like he's defining the characters of what is good and what is not so good. But then my question was like, how I had a question that in till now in whatever we learned in Gita or generally also, is especially in the spirituality, we say that there is no evil as such. There is nothing bad as such. So why did he even describe these two things? Is what my question was. So one answer that I could come up with is, since I had one of this quality, the first one, that is the fearlessness. So I was just going through that. So I think when there was so much fear in me, I think I could never use my mind fully in whatever I wanted to do. The fear was, it was not just a fear of one thing, but that quality itself was hindering to me in many ways, because that is always occupying a certain place in your thoughts, in your mind. It is always like a background which is running. It's like a cobweb. So I didn't understand it then when I had it, but now I understand what is to function without that. That is when I understood like why he is saying that as a first quality, because you could still be having purity of mind, or you could still be doing, you might be trying to control the senses every day, or you might even be studying some scriptures, but that first quality, if it is not there, I think it is like a shadow which is there, and it is not letting you function fully well, was my thought. And fearlessness, I think it came from the study of scriptures for me. I am not sure if he has spoken about the order here, but I think that the study of scriptures is what brought the clarity that why I have the fear was how I directed the question, because of which it is not there today. Like, what is there to fear? So I think the right understanding of who we are and how to function gave that clarity. I think that there is nothing to fear, and definitely there is a change in how I function now because of that quality now, the fearlessness. So I think more than telling that this is good or this is bad, he's propelling us towards the towards some kind of discipline, I feel, because all this greed for wealth, then not being able to share with others, and control of senses, all this is coming because we are focused on the outer things, material things, what we have to acquire, or how we judge ourselves by this much money, this much education, this much of assets. All this is the basis by which we constantly live in this outer world. So if you have to have all these qualities, I think you have to connect to the inner self. So going inside is what will give us all these superior qualities that he is talking about. And once you do that, I think once we start getting these qualities, these demonic qualities will automatically leave. You don't have to work towards that. you work towards getting the good, and the negative will disappear on its own. This is how I understood it, sir.
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice.
Just want to add on the relevance, I feel only the creation is one, while all the other things are still dual. That's why, like, this duality, everything, the plus and minus always exist, and will always be there as well. And I feel I just want to add one more point to what we discussed, which is in us also this dual characters are always there, will always be there. But it is about knowing which one should come out. The fight is going on, as like I think the Mahabharata fight is going on in us itself, in terms of these qualities on a daily minute by minute basis as well, right? And the one who has got this jnana, like he will be able to first move, he will have those divine qualities dominate, and then like transcend them as well, where like there is nothing. I think that he will like move towards that beyond these qualities also. But first is to ensure that the divine qualities in each of us like wins and remains dominant, and doesn't allow the demonic nature to show. Otherwise, everyone has. That's why in few of us, the demonic nature is dominating, and they create trouble in the society, be it war or like doing all the negative things, damaging, hurting people. While there are others in the past with the divine nature, they are, for them, because of the way of living or the knowledge has helped them to for the divine qualities to dominate and show. And kind of again, nature is balancing there also. So everywhere, I think at every level, this plus and minus, the duality is always there, will always be there, because that dual nature is what becomes one. Like how returning to finally the zero or the infinite, the one, right? Below that,
Without the contrast, you can't experience the other quality, right? Without the bad, you cannot. Essentially, there are like two comparative things to know which is better.
Yeah, from nothing became that bad and the good one. And when the bad and good together, they again become nothing, no display at that time.
No, but I also feel that some basis is coming from the way the gunas are there within you, right? Some qualities that we have, it is dependent on the proportion of the three gunas within us, and to go into more and more sattvic is what our look, our outlook should be, is what I feel. I think
yeah, that is the natural evolution, where because a lot of things guide a person with the divine qualities to dominate, like the place of birth, family of birth, the kind of food they eat, the kind of knowledge they get. So that itself grooms as a person is born, those divine qualities dominate, while a person born in a different place, a different type of surroundings, different food, having the different type of food, or like getting the different type of knowledge, the demonic qualities may grow. And I guess again, this can be connected to the prarabdha karma, that they will go through it, and finally everyone will evolve. Every creation, or it's at the end of the day, it is the ignorance disappearing. So gradually it will. So
I also have a question in this. Like when in this one, when Krishna talks about purity of mind, charity, control of senses, it is not easy for us to control the senses, right? I mean, if it was so easy, we would have done it by now. So my question is like, is that under our control, or there is something again divine in that which is playing, which helps us to do that? And that is why, you know, I felt like it is more like a disciplined way of life that will take us there. So it is something that you do every day that matters, rather than something special on one day. Like even with meditation, what I experienced is, initially it was not easy to go to the meditative state or even do it regularly. But now that I'm consistent with it, there is a change in how the meditation itself happens, or what I mean, first I used to even have thoughts during meditation. All that has changed. So I think I feel, at least in my life, what I do consistently has a lot of changes within me or impact, rather than I doing it for one day, say only Saturday. Earlier it was like that for me. Only Saturdays and Sundays, when sir used to make us do something, it would be there, whether it was Divya Jagrana Kriya or any of these meditations. I would do only on Saturday, Sunday, and I would feel good that day. But still, it was not becoming like a habit for me, that okay, if sir is not there to make you do, are you still doing it? That thing came only slowly, and that also evolved gradually, I think, because that intent inside, that no, you have to do this, it feels good, so why not do that? Something like that drove me, I feel. So
Padmaji, the way I see that is like, again, as we discussed, having that fence for that plant to grow. For the plant to grow, if you want to protect it, the success of the plant growing will be more with having that fence, which is what the practice is bringing. The practice is just that, as you said, the consistent practice is like a fence that is like keeping letting you to develop that the things that you want to grow. But I feel jnana is, the knowledge is way beyond, way above that. For example, if you the first time you, let's say you saw the what the feel of, or the water in the desert, you run towards it. But then, like, once you have that jnana that it's not real, it is an imaginary thing, you never go. Right? So you're saying like control of senses, it is like for someone who sees that other what you see through the senses, or what you experience through the senses is real, is what will make you to go again and again. But like if that thing is completely burnt, or like by knowledge that it is not real, you will not even see that as an option at all.
Yeah, that's correct. That's why I said that for me, the study of scriptures has helped me to go there. That's what I said. But I feel that even that study of scriptures, the intention is there. So there is something which brings it together for you, right? To make that intention come true, is what my question was like.
So what is the question? Can you phrase the question?
Sir, so my thing is like, all this, whatever we are saying, the control of senses, or I said for me that the study of scriptures brought the clarity which led to fearlessness. What I want to know is, even I don't know how to put it correctly, sir, the frame. I mean, what I'm saying is, study of scriptures, what I'm saying, helped me Can I do it on my own? No, right? I mean, there is an intention. Everybody might have that intention to study the scriptures, but all of us are not doing it, right? It's only a few of us who have taken it up. So there must be something which is driving that. So isn't that something divine? Like is it really under our control to do that?
Okay. So very simple, no, Padmaji. Why do you get up in the morning and brush your teeth?
That has become a habit, you can say. Like maybe in the childhood, mother would have said that, okay, this is good, this is what you're supposed to do, and you follow it. And initially it is only following because your mother said, and then it becomes a habit over many years.
Okay, now that you know it has become a habit, why don't you stop brushing? Why would you not stop brushing?
Because it is good. I have understood that it is good, so I have continued it.
If you do not brush for 2 days, you will know the reality of what happens around you, right? So because you know that now, though initially it was inculcated as a habit, now you know it. Now no more one has to come and force you. Now you know it. Now it has become your inner reality. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So initially the mind, depending upon its own conditioning, may not have recognized it. As a child, you may not be thinking about why is it important, why is it necessary. It is like, you've been given the most wonderful car, the most wonderful instrument. So somebody is helping you how to maintain it. But, because you are not necessarily aware of the car, how to use it, what is the, value of it, you may not be paying attention to it. So till you pay attention, that fence, that rigor, that habit formation was in place. And once when the habit got formed, it's up to you now. Oh, because my parents forced, I'm doing it. Why are you, some people, why are you, say, chanting every day? Oh, because, it is in my religion. And it is not a transformative tool. Then the possibility of transformation is lost.
Correct.
His mind is still focused on its imposed.
It is just an action, that's all.
Just an action. But now when you know, how do you know that brushing is important? Because no more without brushing, you will be able to be in an environment where people feel like being with you, isn't it? You realize it. So similarly, when you look at so-called demonic qualities, what are they? They are like that bad breath, isn't it?
Yeah.
Simply, when you look at it, they're like the bad breath. How long will you be able to live with that bad breath? You yourself will feel like running away from that bad breath. So naturally, the brushing of the teeth, the good breath, these qualities, both are there. Both qualities are there. But which one you naturally tend towards? Which one makes you feel more natural, at ease, completely happy, peaceful? So you gravitate towards it. Like how light is where the plant grows towards. You know that experiment.
Yeah. So isn't it based on the gunas as well, the 3 gunas? Correct.
So what comes out as a dominant quality is based on the dominant behavior is based on the guna. If the rajo guna is more, then it brings egocentric, it has a possibility of bringing egocentric actions. But the point is, that action leaves an impression in you.
Correct.
Is that impression something that you feel nice? For example, when you are angry and you have spit that anger on somebody,
Yeah, I don't feel good.
has it felt good for you?
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Very simple. So Krishna is not saying do this or do that. Krishna is showing, look here, these are the qualities, and I'm calling them as demonic. Why demonic? And why it is daiva and asura? Daiva. What does daiva really mean? Quality of light. What is quality of light?
To
Quality
shine.
of light is something that takes you back to your childlike nature. It makes you pure and innocent. Not that it makes you, but it realizes, it helps you realize your own innocent nature. See, as a child, anybody you ask, as a child I was very happy, but as I started growing up, I became sad.
Yeah.
That's a natural feeling. Oh, my childhood days, glory childhood days. I wish I can go back to childhood days.
Yeah.
What does it really mean to go back to childhood days? It is within your control which quality you want to focus on. So when you focus on this side, what comes out is your childlike nature.
Childlike nature.
When you focus on the other, then what comes out? That is the story of Kalinga Sarpa. So when it is said Krishna danced upon the Kalinga Sarpa, why Krishna is talking about these demonic qualities is not to say that, okay, these are there and you're helpless, you need grace. None of it. He's simply saying
You can overcome it.
Krishnatva is above that. See, that's why Krishna is dancing on the Kalinga Sarpa. Kalinga Sarpa poisoned the whole river. People used to be afraid of going near that river. They were afraid of even using that water for any purpose. Why? Because that can kill. So what happens in a person who is full of these negative tendencies? How is life? Just with a simple glimpse of your own anger, you can see how life becomes for you. Leave alone the others. So, like we said, fearlessness. When you're full of fear, how life is for you, you know it. So at the end of the day, demonic and divine, both are part of the whole. But which quality you bring out determines the quality of your own life. Nothing else. Whether it is going to benefit the other is the next question. What is it doing to you? That you need to be very, very clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shilpakalaji, what is your view?
So like Sarvananji said that these two qualities are like two sides of the same coin. And like you explained and Padmaji said, Sarvananji said, Rupaji said, yeah, it's we possess both the qualities. To know predominantly which quality we have in us, like if we have anger, then we need to work towards peacefulness. So like you said, what quality we have predominantly is in us shows what life we are living. So in order to move towards, enlightenment, so we need to develop the divine qualities in us. That's all. I mean, that's what I feel.
So one more distinction, Shilpakalaji. The qualities are in the mind, are in the prakriti. See, the qualities are exposed through the material, that is the mind, and through the actions of the body. So the quality of the mind depends upon the nature of the impressions in the mind.
Yes.
So it is like, let's assume, you go into a room and the room is fully stinking. And when you look at it, you see that, the door is closed, the window is closed. You see that there is no light coming. You see that there is no air flowing. Then what is that you do? You have to first of all open the door, open the window, and maybe for 1 or 2 days you may have to clean it.
Yes.
So it depends upon the nature of the room. You may not necessarily be able to do anything else other than first cleaning. So in a similar way, the nature of the mind can stop realization of the true self. Like how when the room is fully closed, the air stinks, and when the windows and every curtain is closed, there is no light, it seems like a dark place. It has become dark not because there is no sun. It has become dark because the doors are closed, the windows are curtained.
Yes, sir.
So Krishna is bringing awareness about the negative qualities so that your true nature is masked. Your essential nature, your own realization of the true aspect of you is masked because of the demonic qualities. It is a demonic that continues to push you into hell, meaning the cycle of birth and death. Because demonic qualities are arising from the fundamental ignorance that I am separate from the other. There is a I-ness and a otherness. So it's only in that way of looking at life that there is a harshness, hypocrisy, because I want more for me. And from where do I get? From somebody else. So all these are from the otherness. So there was an earlier question, which comes first then? Should I cultivate, or is it a grace? That's the question, essential question that Padmaji was asking. Is there a self-effort, or is it a grace? Is it something like something that has to be given, then only it opens up? It's a mysterious question, right? It's very simple though, in one sense. In one sense, at this point of time, what is the choice you have? So simply when in this point of time, the right choice is made. And what is that right choice? The choice of dharma. What is dharma? That which leaves me with happiness, health, and peace. So that action which leaves me happy, healthy, peaceful must be dharma, right? I have to see it in fullness. So it should leave me with pure happiness, pure health, and pure peace. then that must be dharma. So from there, if you look at life, then that kind of action is what I should cultivate. So now if you look at the divine qualities, what does it leave you with? It leaves you with that sense of peace, sense of joy, sense of energy, that sense of health. So it is for you to choose. So in that sense, there is a choice at this point of time. But how did any of this come into my own awareness? Isn't that grace? Grace is always there. But sometimes the mind is so clouded that in order to help realize that grace operates by bringing so-called negative instances, negative situations in life. Only when one falls, one realizes the height to which they have risen and how artificial that height is in arrogance. In arrogance, when someone is arrogant, I know it, I am correct, then there is no way to bring clarity to such a mind. Then to such a mind, you have to let it play it out. So that is where Sri Krishna also is willing to take astra. When that becomes more to curtail adharma, then there has to be a dharmic war also. Yes, Sashaji.
Vijay. Yeah. From the shloka, what I try to understand or the takeaway for me is, as it is in nature, there is both good and bad. I mean, it is like the two faces of a coin. But what I feel is that, even anger, say sometimes when we say it as demonic, but it is needed in moderation. So it is not that we don't need anger. So say suppose when we are handling with children, I mean, sometimes it is also needed. So it is not that demonic qualities are completely not needed. I mean, it is also said that when there is a adharma, so the going on, there are at times like it needs punishment also. So not that like demonic qualities are bad, and only the divine qualities are good. So everything in moderation is what is needed. And the quest, like we should have that childlike mind to know more. I mean, that curiosity. When we have that curiosity, we are able to discriminate like what is good, what is bad. When we get that viveka, so I feel everything falls in place. So for this to happen, I think knowledge is the only way. Only way. There is no other means. So we know what we know is a drop. So every day when we try to be in such satsang or try to read our scriptures and know more, is when we grow and move more towards the divine qualities. So it is like every day. And the only key here is for that thing to happen is practice. So say like one day we do and we are not doing it consistently, definitely it's not going to help us. So the only way to move towards divine qualities is through abhyasa, be it like meditation or chanting or whatever it is for that purpose. So that can be achieved through constant practice, and that will take us towards like finding the absolute. I mean, that higher purpose, like for what we are here, and to know that our shastra, our Vedas, our scriptures, and such contemplation will definitely help us.
Yeah. So one important distinction in initially when you said, even anger is a good tool, correct. However, the one who's using anger must be aware that I'm using anger. So when that awareness is there, when that consciousness is there, so here Krishna is talking about one acting out of ignorance. See, the demonic qualities that he's talking about are demonic qualities out of ignorance. Why does one hide something? Why does one want to say something but do something? Because there is a sense of, okay, I can get some benefit out of it.
For getting the attention, might be.
So what is coming out of ignorance are demonic qualities. Whereas using anger.
Yeah.
So using anger means what? Let's understand using anger clearly. See, anger means what? Is a rush of energy. Correct. And when that rush of energy comes, we have learned earlier also the basis of anger. The basis of anger is when I am attached to something and when it is not happening according to that, then I tend to become angry. My car, my possessions, my home, or let's say I have a great deal of attachment towards, say, my beauty or my intelligence. So it can be about material things that I possess in life, or it can be some kind of qualities that I think I possess. So when anybody makes a negative remark or can act against that, or in other words, let's assume I want, it's a bus, I want to sit in a seat and I'm eyeing for that, I'm running towards it, and somebody comes and sits in the same seat. So I have already possessed that seat in my mind. Now the other person has possessed. So I may feel angry. So these are different situations of anger. What caused anger in all these situations?
Attach.
The anger is because of lack of
knowledge,
right?
Yeah.
So the possession, the possessive nature, I want that, it is mine. And what is mine, I want to protect it. Why am I protecting it? Why am I saying it is mine? It is because I somewhere feel lack. Without that, I am not full. Why do I need that title? Why do I need that, let's say, title against my name? Because I feel complete. Oh, with that title only, I feel complete.
Vijayji, it is also like saying that I am separate from that. I mean, understanding that me and that is not same. I mean, we just want to, that differentiation we make.
And when the differentiation has not yet come, when the discrimination has not yet come, there is a deep sense of lack, which is without that. See, for example, a politician comes into a big gathering, and if there is, let's say, at the door, there is nobody to invite him, and there is nobody to clap for him.
He feels insulted.
Why does he feel insulted? What made him feel insulted?
Whereas, because he's feeling that he's not been respected. Maybe some insecurity inside him.
The sense of pride is coming because he's being recognized. See, so many people know me. So only when so many people know me, I am complete. When so many people do not know me, when they feel as if they don't know me, I feel very insecure. Whereas a little child simply can walk in, doesn't really matter whether it is being invited or not, can go even and stand on the stage and look at everybody and clap, and the people may giggle. The child will not find any negative aspect in it. We will also giggle and will come back. Or even if it doesn't get a chance to go to the stage, it will not mind, sit somewhere, simply look around and go back. So what made the politician suffer? The politician was suffering his own feeling of lack. And why did the feeling of lack arise in the first place? Because one has not yet examined their own completeness, has not yet realized their own completeness. When you realize your own completeness, then the divine qualities are nothing but natural expression. It's not even an effort. It's natural. A child is happy not by effort. The child doesn't keep on thinking, I have to be happy, I have to be happy. Oh, this is bad, so therefore I will not do it. Why? Because it is going to make me feel peaceful. All that thinking is not there in the child. A child is simply happy because of its own inner nature. The mind is not yet fully functioning. This shloka is primarily for an adult mind or an adult-like mind. This shloka, it doesn't make sense for a little child. For a child, you ask, do you want to water a plant, or should you not water a plant? A little child, a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old child. Look at what is the natural answer. You ask a child, is it good to eat meat or not to eat meat? You would have all seen that little video. It's nice, we should see that video again. I'll show that video.
I don't want to eat them ever again.
Oh, do you think, so what will you eat instead?
I will eat whatever there's on the table, but not chicken or meat.
Why do you think you don't want to do that?
Because they're animals and I like animals.
So what will we do if we miss eating chicken and meat?
I don't miss eating chicken and meat.
How about fish?
Fish?
Yeah.
Fish? Is it an animal?
Yeah.
I won't eat that either.
Oh my God, so what?
I won't eat animals!
Okay. So what do you want to eat? What kind of food do you want to eat?
Anything's on the table, but not animals.
Why do you feel sorry for animals?
Because they're nice, and I know that we cook them sometimes, which is not very nice, and I know we like to eat animals that we cook, but that's not nice for them.
Yeah, do you think they suffer?
I think that they don't really like being cooked in the oven.
See, who taught this child to be like this? It's but natural. See, also look at the last question, very important. The mother asked, do you think that animal suffers? There is a concept of suffering in the mind of the mother. The child doesn't even understand suffering. The child simply said, I don't think they like being cooked in the oven. The child has no concept of suffering. Suffering is in the mind of an adult. So, a childlike nature means one who has realized their true nature. This is natural because it is something that has come from within. So, what is natural? That which is always there with you. that which is something that you don't have to do anything for that. But for an adult, of course, we have to make the distinction. For an adult, this has to be cultivated initially. Why? Because the adult mind is about, okay, I have to do something about it. As we cultivate the divine qualities, there has to be an effort made towards that. So the whole of spiritual sadhana is to cultivate the divine qualities. As you work towards it, you realize you are the very source of that. Then it just becomes natural.
Yeah, actually, to understand what you said is like, actually, we know, maybe it is because of some conditioning, preconditioning, like whatever we have acquired after that childhood state, right? So that unlearning has to happen, and then the learning, right learning to understand what is divine should happen within us. Get that right jnana, and then so that is what Krishna is just trying to tell. This is the divine and this is the demonic qualities. Is that correct, Vijayji?
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
only when you're peaceful can you realize your true nature. If your mind is constantly agitated, if your mind is constantly worried, anxious, when will you ever have the question of who am I and how will you realize that?
And for that thing to happen also, like, see, when we are very happy and we are self-sufficient, we don't, try to understand all this. Maybe that is also needed, I think. Ups and downs.
See,
That is
that self-sufficiency and that happiness is coming out of ignorance. See, that is not a self-sufficiency out of clarity of jnana. Somebody who is filthy rich may be very lazy. Somebody filthy rich may not even study hard in life. What is there? I have anyway crores of rupees in bank account. So that fulfillment is not coming out of clarity. That fulfillment is coming because it is actually, if you think about it, you try to take away that possession, that money. Is that person still fulfilled? Is that person able to calmly let it go? That is a true measure. Because you are complete by your own nature. Not by having some possession. Something gives me pleasure. Something makes me fulfilled. And that thing, when it is not there, can still be my hindrance.
that jnana is required.
So only ultimately, only through jnana you can come out of that false sense of security. The moment I say I am secure because I have balance, I have bank balance, I have education, I have something. Because of something I am secure. That something is always my then source of insecurity.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Any other question or any other statements anybody wants to make?
No, sir.
All right. Then let's end the contemplation here.